Hey everyone, welcome back to another Brand Build Grow framework video here with Josh Weber with Big Red Jelly, where we help businesses do just that, brand and build so that they can grow more efficiently and effectively than ever before. So today we're going to dive a little bit more into the first phase of what I just expressed, which is brand. Now within brand, there are a bunch of chapters or subcategories in that phase. The phase we're going to talk about today is one of the earliest, which is internal branding, okay? Why internal? Now, first, before I dive into that, number one is, again, do not skimp on your branding, okay? So, again, probably one of the biggest issues I see, especially with small business owners, is just jumping over, skipping through, speeding through your branding. Okay, that's both your visual brand, right? So how you look, feel, the aesthetic, the design, the logo, the color schemes, the typography, but also who you are as a company. Okay, now first, this is not a one and done phase, but you do have to start somewhere and develop an identity, okay? Now here at Big Red Jelly, we really try to evangelize that you must first understand who you are and why you exist in order to then develop a visual identity that can attract your customers. Okay, again, I see another big issue with small business owners, which is, oh, okay, I must brand. And they jump straight to the visual branding, right? Oh, what are the colors? Ooh, a logo. I know I need a logo, right? But there's no real foundation behind the logo, behind the colors, behind the visual identity that is who they are and why they exist. In fact, if you ask that question to a lot of small business owners and they have multiple founders perhaps or multiple people in their leadership group, you'll often get mixed answers to that question. Why do you exist? What's your vision? Who are you as a company, right? And you can only assume that if the leadership is not on the same page, you can imagine that their employees and their team are probably rowing in different directions. And that's going to lead to inefficient servicing, inefficient results, especially in marketing and advertising. So again, today we're going to talk about internal brand. There's a lot of components that could go into an internal brand. First and foremost, there's no right or wrong answer here as to, well, what should be included in an internal brand. If there's an agency out there or a group that says, this is the answer, they're wrong, right? There is no answer. But here is my opinion on what I think most small business owners should have solidified in their internal brand. At least these four things. Are there more? Absolutely. You can keep on going and going and going. So before you start commenting below that I missed something, these are the top four, in my opinion, that your entire team should have absolute clarity in for your internal brand, okay? So number one is your purpose. Or, as many people like to call it, your vision. I like the word purpose because it does help describe it a little bit better to me than the vision. So what is the purpose? The purpose is where you have to get in touch with your cheesy side, okay, for lack of a better term. It really is your reason for being as a company. Outside of any revenue or profit or financial driven goal, right? So that can be hard. Right, so before you jump to, my purpose is to provide this service so that we can gain this much revenue and have this much profit. No, that's not the purpose. Purpose is, why does this company exist outside of the financials? Okay, so for example, at Big Red Jelly, our purpose is very simple: to inspire creativity and growth. That's why Big Red Jelly exists. We want to inspire creativity and growth. Your reason for being, it's your why. It's the big, really inspirational, probably the most broad statement internally for your brand. This is important though, because you'll notice when you share that purpose with your team for the first time, you'll notice that there is a sense of inspiration to say, yeah, that's cool, I can get behind that, right? So even if you're, it doesn't matter what industry you're in, right? You're an electrical company, you're a property management company, you can have a purpose that is really inspiring. You really can. So start with the purpose. What is your reason for being? Why do you exist? Okay, why not some other company? Okay. Again, hesitate to get into any specific financial reason here or marketing, reason. Oh, we're better than our competitors for ABC. That's not what we're getting into yet. Okay. Number two is core values. Okay, in my opinion, once you have solidified your purpose, which by the way, we've got some questions that you can reach out to us that you can ask yourself to help you get to what your purpose is, discover your purpose. But number two is core values. So once you know why you exist as a company or group or organization, now you can ask yourself, well, what are the pillars or the values by which we stand and we will always stand by, right? So when we have a tough decision to make at our company, we'll align that decision up against our core values, and that should help you make the right decision. Okay, your core values are, again, what everyone on your team should embody. They should help you hire the right people and fire the right people. Okay, everyone should embody your core values and everyone should know what they are. I recommend having fewer than 5. To be honest, if you have too many, it can just get too much, too vague, okay? People can't really buy in. And I also encourage you to make these as specific as possible, right? Avoid the very kind of cliche ones, right? We're trustworthy, we're honest, okay? Just give you an example. At Big Red Jelly, we have 3 core values, and we also have them in the same kind of grammatical structure, whatever that's called, same syntax, right? So we start with we and then a verb, okay? So our core values are we put client success first always. Number 2, we are proactive and efficient. And we always go into what's the definition of proactive, what's the definition of efficient, and we give examples. It's great. Number 3, we are neighbors and collaborators. That's our third one. So you can see they're pretty specific, they're fun, they're interesting, and whenever we have a success story in our company call every Monday morning, we always align that success story to one of our core values, right? So hey, Zach did a great job because he rescheduled a client call for after hours, and he sent a follow-up the next morning, and he really went out of his way to make sure that they got the right hosting plan set up for their website. That is a great example of putting client success first. It's also a great example of being proactive and efficient. Okay, so core values. Number 3 is your mission. I'm going to go a bit faster here. Okay, so now you can see a lot of small businesses jump straight to this. Oh, we need a mission statement, right? That's who we are. Right, now you can start to get a little bit more specific, who you serve, the problem that you're overcoming, right? The solution that you're offering to the market. This is now your mission statement, and you're starting to get more specific as we come down here, right? So again, I'll give an example of Big Red Jelly. Our mission is Big Red Jelly combines applied creativity with powerful online tools to accelerate growth for businesses. That's our mission. Notice it's a little bit more specific. Okay, we're starting to get more industry specific as well in our mission statement. Okay, now number 4, this one's fun in my opinion. This is your voice. Pick some verbs here, some adjectives that are interesting, and when you're talking to your marketing team and everyone on your team, whether it's customer service or sales or marketing, you should all sound the same. You should embody the brand voice. So given all of this, what's your voice? Okay, again, here at Big Red Jelly, we have 3 adjectives. Our voice is clear, confident, and collaborative. It's kind of fun because they all start with C. So have a voice, and then you can align your content marketing and your customer service and your sales with your voice. You can say, you know what, that sounds like a Big Red Jelly piece right there. That sounds like a Big Red Jelly guy right there. That's a Big Red Jelly gal, right? So the voice, okay? This makes it very easy to align your team. You'll be rowing in the same direction. I promise you, because we go through this process with so many small business owners. When you have identified, explored, and solidified your internal branding, everything becomes that much more clear and efficient, and your team will thank you for it. So do not skimp on your brand, and especially do not skimp on your internal branding.